You love your cat. But does your cat trust you? That question might seem simple, even a bit uncomfortable, but it carries a lot of weight. Because when it comes to cats, love and trust don't always go hand in hand. A cat can live by your side for years, accept your presence, even sleep on your couch, and still not fully trust you. Cats are silent observers. They notice everything: your tone of voice, your gestures, the way you approach or walk away. And even without saying a word, they take it all in. They remember. They react. One single action can cause a cat to shut down for days, or even for life. If you've ever felt like your cat has become distant, more skittish, or simply isn't the same anymore, maybe the problem isn't with your cat. Maybe it's something you did, unintentionally, that your cat just couldn't forgive. In this video, we're going to talk about 12 common mistakes that break a cat's trust, often without the slightest awareness from even the most well-meaning owners. Small habits, games, or even shows of affection that, in feline language, mean the exact opposite of love. Stay with me until the end, because beyond understanding what not to do, you'll learn how to rebuild that bond with respect, patience, and real love. Your cat deserves that, and deep down, so do you. Now let's get into it. The first mistake many cat owners make, without even realizing it, is yelling at their cat. It might seem like a normal reaction in the heat of the moment, but cats have incredibly sensitive hearing. A shout, to them, isn't just noise, it's a real threat. And when this happens often, the consequences are clear. They withdraw. They start avoiding their owner, hiding, and in some cases, even becoming aggressive out of fear. A simple change in tone can make all the difference. Speaking softly, even when you need to correct them, helps preserve the trust. Next, something that hurts your cat deeply, even if it feels like a loving gesture, is forcing them into cuddles or physical affection. Sometimes, we just want to hug them, but it's not the right moment. When a cat is forced into contact, they feel invaded, disrespected, and that shakes their trust to the core. The key here is patience. Let them come to you. A cat that approaches you on its own terms is a cat that trusts you. Another behavior that deeply affects your cat's emotions is ignoring their silent cries for help. A strange meow, unusual behavior, hiding in places they never used before. All of that is feline language for something's wrong. And when those signs go unnoticed, your cat feels invisible. A good guardian watches, notices, and responds with empathy. Have you ever rearranged the furniture, moved the litter box, or suddenly changed where your cat sleeps? You should know. These small changes can cause stress and confusion. Cats are incredibly territorial. They connect with their environment on an emotional level. Constantly changing everything is like pulling the rug out from under them. That's why any change should be made with care and patience. Now think about this. How many times have you interrupted your cat's nap because they just look too cute sleeping? It might seem harmless, but it's not. Sleep is essential for cats. It's how they recharge emotionally. Waking them up over and over can leave them irritated, anxious, and even less affectionate. Here's something else that may seem silly, but hurts your cat on a deeper level. Laughing at or filming them during moments of fear or discomfort. Those tumbles, those startled jumps, they don't understand it as a joke. They feel shame, fear, and worst of all, they may stop trusting you. Instead of reaching for the camera, reach out with your hand. They'll remember that much more fondly. Constant noise is also draining. A chaotic home, loud sounds, constant movement, frequent guests, turns their safe space into a battlefield. And when a cat lives in a constant state of alert, they can't rest. They don't feel safe. Creating quiet hideouts and keeping a predictable routine does more for their well-being than any expensive toy ever could. Maybe you've played with your cat using your hands or feet. At first, it's funny. But as they grow, that game turns into confusion. They can't tell the difference between affection and attack. And then, without meaning to, they start biting or scratching by reflex. The best way is to use proper toys, to teach what's fun and what's love. And here's a detail many forget. Scent. When you come home smelling like other animals, your cat knows. To them, it's as if another creature has entered their territory. They may react with suspicion, isolate themselves, or become possessive. Changing clothes, washing your hands, and respecting their time and space can make a huge difference. Finally, one of the most damaging actions, even if done out of ignorance, is physical punishment or spraying water. That doesn't teach. It only scares. Your cat doesn't understand why it's happening and begins to fear the very person who should be their safe haven. Instead, praise them when they get it right. Redirect gently when they don't. Positive reinforcement works and builds a deeper, lasting trust. Another common mistake lies in something as simple as a water bowl, leaving the water dirty, warm, or in a bad spot. It might seem like a small thing, but for a cat, it's serious. Stagnant water signals danger. They'd rather not drink it at all. And that leads to dehydration, kidney problems. All because the owner didn't change the water. Keeping the bowl clean, fresh, and well-placed is a daily act of love. And finally, perhaps the most subtle of all, not recognizing when your cat is showing love. They won't jump into your lap like a dog, but they follow you, lie close to you, stare into your eyes. And if you don't respond, they feel rejected. Cats love in quiet but powerful ways. Loving them back means understanding that. Maybe you've done some of these things without realizing it. Most cat owners have. But now that you know, how about turning that knowledge into more affection, more respect, and deeper connection? Your cat feels it, and they will notice, even if they never say a word. Cats don't forget. They remember every kind gesture, but they also carry in their hearts the moments when they felt scared, invaded, or ignored. They don't ask for attention, but they feel it when they're truly seen. And that's where trust is born. If you recognize any of these mistakes, don't blame yourself. We're all learning. What matters most is understanding that respecting your cat's boundaries is one of the purest ways to show love. They may not say "I love you" with words, but they show it through silence, eye contact, and the smallest gestures. And once you learn to see that, everything changes. Now tell me in the comments, which of these behaviors have you done without realizing it?